Welcome to the IndyCar Dad podcast. I do a 5-minute podcast about IndyCar. I keep it brief and to the point. I watch everything and read everything in IndyCar, and I bring it all to you in 5 minutes. Tonight, I'm going to present the results of a far too detailed analysis of the upcoming Markham IndyCar race. Markham's a new street circuit, so I've analyzed all of the drivers and their past results on new and recent street circuits. And then I'll give you some examples. Most specifically, I'm going to tell you drivers that will be interesting to watch, and I'll explain that further. I'm not helping you win bets. I'm just telling you how to enjoy the race by watching these drivers because they're probably going to do interesting things. So, for races I analyzed this time, I analyzed St. Pete from this year, Detroit from this year, 2025 Toronto, so last year's Toronto race. I analyzed the first year at the Detroit Street Circuit, the first year of the Nashville Street Circuit, which was 2021, Long Beach of this year, and Arlington of this year. Arlington is a especially good one because it's a recent street circuit. But Long Beach seems to be, if you ask me, the track seems more similar to Long Beach in layout. But we'll see how bumpy it is. It could be really bumpy like Detroit, or it could be really narrow like Nashville. So anyway, I analyzed all the drivers and their results on these tracks, and 2 drivers are clearly ahead of the others. And those 2 drivers are Alex Palou and Kyle Kirkwood. So I give those 2 drivers a green signal for drivers that will be great to look for a good performance out of. If you're looking to do well in your fantasy league or something like that, those are 2 drivers that the past seems to indicate will do very well. They were actually head and shoulders above the others in the class. Their average finish on these tracks are 3.6 and 3.8, which is amazing. Third place in the category went to Felix Rosenqvist at 8. So they finish basically twice as good as Rosenqvist and Ericsson were the next 2. 2 drivers to watch for that are either great or awful. And they both have a average finish of 8.5 to 10.5, but they have a standard deviation of 8.5 or 9.5. So this means they could finish first or they could finish 20th. You'd never know. Those 2 drivers are Pato O'Ward and Scott Dixon. So look for those drivers to have possibly an exciting race. That they may do great, they may do horribly, and we will see. Another driver that I think is worth watching in this race is Dennis Hauger. Dennis Hauger's street race performance on the 4 street races included here is an average finish of 12.5, which doesn't sound awesome, but remember he drives for Dale Coyne Racing, and 12.5 for a rookie is amazing. He's way, way ahead of the other Rookie of the Year contenders in street tracks. And then the next driver I want you to watch is Scott McLaughlin. He has a really high standard deviation and not great average finish. So look for him to have an exciting race. And then I usually like to tell you a driver that has bad results usually at this type of track. And that driver this weekend is Christian Rasmussen. He has horrible street race performances. His best race at any of the tracks I mentioned was 15th, and he finished 25th 2 times. He has an average street track performance from my analysis of 21st. So pretty terrible results for Mr. Rasmussen. Alexander Rossi's doesn't do that well either. So if you want to pick a team to bet against, I would pick ECR. There you go. That's my analysis of Markham. I'm looking forward to the race. I wish I could attend. I do like to go to that area. Toronto race has always been great for me, but I'm moving this weekend, so I'm in temporary house right now. Anyway, I appreciate it. My next race to attend is going to be Laguna Seca, but I'll be watching all the other races, every session, every race. So I hope you enjoy IndyCar, because I know I do. I'm IndyCar Dad. I try to give you things to help you have fun watching the races. So try to watch while you're watching the races. Palou, Kirkwood, O'Ward Dixon, Dennis Hauger, Scott McLaughlin, and Christian Rasmussen. Keep an eye on those guys, and I think you'll have fun. I'm IndyCar Dad. You'll find me on all the social media networks and on podcast networks as well. Thank you.